A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, U, G, E, Ö und das Ü. Zum Lernen ist es nie zu früh. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, U, G, E, Ö, Ü und S, Z. Nun ist das Alphabet komplett. Now that we've listened to the song, let's take a detailed look at the alphabets. The alphabets in German are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. There are 3 letters in the German language that could be extremely confusing for a native English speaker. The first one is the alphabet A in English. In German, it's pronounced A. The second one is the English letter E, which in German is pronounced A. And the third one is the English letter I, which again in German is pronounced E. So it is A, E in German. Now let's take a look at a few more letters that are pronounced a little differently in the German language. The first one would be V, which is the English V. So in German, you pronounce it as V. People tend to mispronounce the popular automobile company Volkswagen as Volkswagen. It is also popularly called as VW. The next letter would be J. In English, it is J. So in German, you pronounce it as J, but it's called J. Let's take a look at an example. So in English, Jordan would be pronounced as Jordan. But in German, it would be pronounced as Jordan because it's spelled as Jordan. Jordan. The next letter here would be Y. Y is the English letter Y and it is pronounced in German as J. The important thing to note here is that Y and J both in German are pronounced as J. An example here would be Yak. Now let's take a look at a few special characters in the German language that does not exist in the English language. So there are 3 vowels in German that have 2 dots on top of it. A with 2 dots on top of it, O with 2 dots on top of it, and U with 2 dots on top of it. And they're together called umlaut. Now A with 2 dots on top of it is pronounced as E. How do you pronounce it? E. For example, take the English word melon. How do you pronounce the E in melon? It's E, melon. That's exactly how A with 2 dots on top of it is pronounced in German. An example here would be Äpfel, die Äpfel, which means the apples. Die Äpfel. Now let's take a look at O with 2 dots on top of it. That is pronounced as Ö. Let's take the English word girl. How is I pronounced in it? Ö. So an example in German would be hören, which means to listen. So O with 2 dots on top of it is pronounced as Ö. The next one would be U with 2 dots on top of it. And that is pronounced as Ü. For instance, take the English word useful. How is U pronounced in it? Ü. That's the similar way that U with 2 dots on top of it is pronounced in German. An example would be üben, which means to practice. Üben. Now let me introduce you to one last special character in the German language, which is the SZ, and it's written as either the beta representation or with the double S. An example here would be Straße, which can be written either this way or like this. So a few German-speaking countries, like for instance Switzerland, have dropped completely the usage of the beta representation and only use the double S. This is used for emails, URLs, websites, etc. Now here is a summary of the German alphabets.